up, guys? I'm Coco.
And I'm Marista.
And welcome to High on Anime. Today, we will be reviewing one of my favorite psychological thrillers ever, okay? Even on, top tier with, Perfect Blue. Ooh. I'm talking about Psycho-Pass. Season 1 and 2. Yes. And we still need to watch the movie. What is Psycho-Pass?
Psycho-Pass is a psychological thriller following the story of Inspector Akane Tsunemori. Yes. She's an inspector at the WPS?
MWPSB.
MWPSB. She's inspector at the MWPSB, and she catches criminals. The way they find out that these criminals are bad is by basically these street scanners reading their energy. So this whole anime is a hypothetical future in which we find and prosecute our criminals based on their hue or their score. And if it's too high, you get put down or you get arrested.
That's pretty much it. It's called the Sybil system.
Yes.
And Akane Tsunemori is an inspector. And then the people underneath her are called enforcers. And she has subordinates underneath her who are considered latent criminals. Mm-hmm. So they were decided by the Sybil system that they are
coherent enough to function in society, but still not mentally stable enough to function in society.
So They work under her, and they go out on these missions to hunt the bad guys. So for the characters, we're going to focus on 2 main characters from the first season and 2 main characters from the second season.
Yes.
First up,
we've got our main character, Miss Akane, Inspector, not Miss Girl.
Miss Girl.
Inspector Akane Tsunemori. She is amazing, really. From the first season, you find out that she's got these great test scores and she's always got a clear Psycho-Pass. She's very level-headed, this and the other, but she's also very emotional. She's one of those people that they can't understand because she manages to feel her emotions and express herself while keeping a clear Psycho-Pass. Things that other people do that cloud their Psycho-Pass, she's fine. She's like, I don't care. This is great. So she's got really great detective skills. She goes through a lot of stuff in this anime. Throughout the whole series, she's put through these challenges. Basically, she has to decide whether or not she's going to do the ultimate thing to ruin her Psycho-Pass, which is take a life, really. I won't tell you whose lives are put in these situations, but that's her biggest challenge through this whole thing, is accepting what the Sybil system is and what it does and finding her place in it, without losing herself.
Next, we have her partner, Enforcer Kaguri, who I think is the most gorgeous anime character. The most gorgeous.
They draw them so fine.
2D man that I ever saw. Okay. He is the complete opposite of Akane. He actually was an inspector beforehand. Something happened and his hue got clouded and he ended up becoming demoted and became a latent criminal. Yeah. Now an enforcer. So he works under Akane. He is fiery, hot-headed, violent, passionate.
Yeah.
He is violent. But he means well. He is out for blood for the main villain in this anime.
Yeah.
So he's a force to be reckoned with. He's very trained.
They don't call them enforcers for no reason.
Yes. Every time I think of this anime and the way it's structured, it reminds me of Suicide Squad, because you've got the people who I guess think they're better than, are like, what?
Inspectors.
Let's let these criminals, these nobodies, handle the dangerous shit. Let's let them get killed.
They basically feel like their lives are worthless, and several times throughout the anime, you will hear them referred to as shields. So, they literally see them as human meat shields to do their dirty work so that their Psycho-Pass doesn't get clouded.
Exactly.
Tsunemori's partner in season 2, after her first one makes an exit, is Kanamori, and she's one of those inspectors that thinks she's better than the enforcers. She's one of those people who doesn't see the enforcers as human and doesn't respect their opinions and emotions and just see them as people. She sees herself as this really great asset to the team, which she's an asset to the team.
Somewhat.
But she's too big for her britches. She's too big for her boots. And she also maintains a clear psychopath. However, she doesn't do it in the way that Tsunemori does. I feel like under different circumstances, she would be a latent criminal. If she didn't have the fortitude of mind that she does, and I don't mean that in a good way, she would be a latent criminal for sure. But not because she's a bad person. She's very dedicated to her job. She's very passionate, and she refuses to let anything stop her from doing her job well. She's a go by the book kind of person.
Stickler.
And doesn't trust Akane's judgment and the decisions that she makes because she doesn't understand where she's making them from.
Next is the final character we're going to talk about because there are so many. For season 2, she is a big character in season 1, but more so in season 2. We are talking about Chief Kase. Miss Chief Kase is an elderly woman. She is in charge of the MWPSB.
Too many letters.
Too many letters. It reminds me of like WWJD. What would Jesus do?
WB.
Too much. Too many letters. She's in charge of everything. She's the big boss. Everybody goes to her and reports to her for everything. So there is a big twist with this character.
Yes.
So please watch the show.
Yes. She's cold, calculated, like hawk. She'll stare you down.
No emotion.
Yes. She knows what she wants and she'll get you to do it.
Very manipulative.
Yeah.
Very cunning.
Yeah. You got to keep both eyes on her when you watch this anime.
Yes. Keep a lookout for her and pay attention. Would we recommend Psycho-Pass to y'all?
Yes.
Yes. Hell yes.
This is a really well done anime. The idea behind it, I think, is an interesting one. You know, that this could be a possibility in the future because I think this takes place in like 2145 or something like that. The second season. So we wouldn't be alive to see it if it happened. But it's just really cool concept. I think the voice acting is done well. It's really well put together. It's attention grabbing and it's just really entertaining from beginning to finish. There's not one episode where I felt like, oh my god, I'm bored. I don't really feel like watching this. I was barely in my phone, which is a good sign for me. So it was good. I would recommend, Yes.
Agreed with everything she said. Again, if you like psychological thrillers, this is definitely for you. It is top tier, up there with Perfect Blue. Your attention is always on every single episode.
Yeah, you have to pay attention to the details. It's good. It's interactive. It gets you involved.
Gets you thinking.
Yeah.
Out of 10 stars, what are you going to rate Psycho-Pass?
I'm going to give Psycho-Pass a 9.
Woo!
Yes, I liked it that much. This is one of those animes with an original soundtrack. You don't have to worry about that shit here. But in all seriousness, it was just so entertaining. Like I said, I was into this show. I was paying attention to every episode, coming up with my own theories, trying to figure out what characters were doing. The plot is solid. The things that happen in the show make sense. They explain them to you. So if you don't understand why a certain thing happened or someone did something, they go over it, they go back, they'll either flashback it, someone will monologue it to you, something. You will not leave the show feeling confused, like, I don't know why this happened or why so-and-so whatever, unless you just miss social cues. But this show's really good and really easy to follow, and it's intense. If you're like me and you like dark shows, this is a good one.
Yes, I agree. I give it a 9 as well. This is one of my favorite animes of all time. Voice acting, music, plot, story, characters, everything is superb. So definitely watch this if you're in the market to watch something new. Thanks again for watching High on Anime. We do these every week. So stay tuned. Let us know also what you want us to watch next.
Yeah.
We are always
open for suggestions.
Always open. And if you guys like content like this, then join our Patreon. We do have a Patreon where you can get behind the scenes content that you can't see anywhere else.
Right. Additional videos, podcasts, and a few other surprises sprinkled in there.
It's a great way to support us, and we appreciate the support. If you can't join our Patreon, that's fine. We do also have a Ko-Fi.
Right now we have a fund on our Ko-Fi for us to raise money to get our own sewing machines and equipment to make our own prosthetics, cosplays, and cosplay weapons, that sort of thing from home, because instead of supporting huge companies that source from out of the country, we want to take our shot at it, and then we can also create original cosplays that we really want to do.
That's the goal. We appreciate you guys so much. Thanks guys so much for tuning in this week, and we'll see you next time. Bye.